On today's episode of Two More Cast podcast news, man, the land grab or conservation, the Army Corps of Engineers is about to make a decision that's going to affect some people in the Tri-Cities area. And a bass boat league has already started in the 2025 season. Man, the 3 tournaments deep. We got some standings and some information about that as well. And then results from the final native watercraft no limit bass power hour also. Now, they fish in Texas, man. That's a good one. Kind of wild, dude. But in other news, man, our co-host is here. We can bring Daryl on. What's up,
Hello.
Daryl?
How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm alive. I made it through another day.
He did another day just to make it here, dude.
Yeah, I'm happy.
How much fishing experience do you got? If you had to sum it all up into years.
I have several years of sitting on a boat with string in the water. I have very little catching fish. I think in my life I've caught maybe like 3 trout, 1 salmon, 1 halibut, and 1 tuna.
It's a lot of ones. Did you ever caught a bass yet?
Oh, probably. I think I caught a sea bass once
That
off
counts.
the jetty.
Off the jetty. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So not a lot of experience with tournament fishing or the
No,
local scene.
none. I didn't really know it existed. I kind of knew it existed, but didn't know it was really a thing. But like I knew it was out there. I didn't know it was as extensive as I've learned in the past couple of days.
What do you mean couple days? This has been planned for years, Daryl. Just kidding. So I know some people are probably going to ask, like, why would you have a co-host that doesn't know anything about bass fishing? That's because I have 2 different audiences. I have an audience of experts, the guys that compete, and then people that, and then my other audience are people that are just looking to get into it. So Daryl's here just so I can like kind of like explain how it works to him, and if he has questions, I can answer them. It's basically the place for you. And he's going to
Yeah.
learn, and he's going to add to the show later on as it goes too as well. But first, man, you got to be able to identify the fish. That's the first rule of Bass Club. You got to know the difference.
Well,
So
I
you're
mean, that is definitely a catfish, right?
Is it fish? Looks like a seal fish, dude, or something.
Ah.
It's the wildest thing I've ever seen, man. I would eat it. I
I would
probably eat
too.
it.
Probably be tasty.
Oh, well. All right, what's this? White bottom, dark top, spots down the line. It's either a largemouth or smallmouth. Largemouth or smallmouth.
Uh, Largemouth.
Did you guess?
Yeah.
You guys, you sitting in an encyclopedia, dude?
I'm just trying to look at the mouth. I know it's closed, but
That is a good way to tell because the largemouth, their jaw will extend past the eye, where the smallmouth one will stop short.
I'm gonna guess smallmouth on this.
That's pretty good, 50-50 odds.
I mean, I crushed multiple choice as a kid, so.
That's good, dude. That's awesome. All right, now you're part of the club, dude. Now just go. Just got a bunch of stuff to learn. You got questions to ask, I'll answer them. It's the idea for now, which will
I
obviously change.
I have no problem asking questions. I will end up with a lot.
The Washington State Bass Federation is 3 tournaments deep in the 2025 season. It's only November, man. That's kind of crazy. And as the standings sit right now, 2024 Wash State champion boater Rich Kraft is in first place in the boater division in the early part of the season. Congrats to Rich on his accomplishments for sure. And then from 2024 as well, Washington State co-angler champion Avery Miller pulled off one of the most dominant performances ever recorded during the Bass Federation semifinal. His 2-day total was weighing at 34.31 pounds, man. 2 5-fish limits, 1 per day coming. That's 34 pounds. Kind of crazy.
That
And he
is
would win the
nuts.
big bass on day 1 and day 2 with a 4.93 and a 6.98, almost a 7-pounder. That's crazy. And because he was able to beat all the boaters as a co-angler, he now earned his spot in the finals as a boater, which opened up another spot for an Bass Federation angler to fish as a co-angler. That's kind of cool. 34. You ever caught 34 pounds of bass in a day, man? In 2 days?
No, my one tuna was 34 pounds.
That's crazy. 6.9. You know these tournaments work? So you got co-anglers and boaters.
What is a co-angler?
A co-angler is like so the co-anglers compete with other co-anglers and they're team matched up with a boater. So the boater has a co-angler and they don't compete against each other, but the co-angler doesn't have really any say on what's going on.
So what's
and
a co-angler do? Like fish from
he
the shore?
fishes. No, he fishes from the back of the boat
Oh, okay.
with the boater.
Okay.
Just their scores are separate. So like co-anglers only go against co-anglers, and it's very rare for a co-angler to catch more than the boater, especially at the end, like a total, like the overall. That's kind of wild of an ordeal.
They're
The
on the same boat.
the co-angler and the boater, yeah, they're on the same boat, but not the same team
How does the boater always end up catching more?
because he's in control of the boat. Like
Oh,
it's his spot. And you can't. There's rules to like being a co-angler, like etiquette. You
oh.
can't like cast up front, so you're basically in the back. So if you're like, so say he pulls up on like a point offshore, and you could be fishing into nothingness. Just a deep hole. You just
Like the
gotta make
boater's
it
like,
work.
this is a good spot for me. You go over that dark area. I don't know.
It happens, especially now with this new technology, this live scope. It's like video game fishing. So there's been a lot of co-anglers complaining about how that's been going down too. The live scope's cool. Have you
Maybe they
seen it
should
yet?
get a boat.
You should get a yeah. Oh wait, I fixed it. We take a look at the standings real quick for the TBF Team AOI points. You got Cody McKenna and Adrian Jimenez in first place with 190 points. Not bad at all. And then
Okay, what's
Alex
TBF and what's AOI?
TBF is the Bass Federation, which is like the Washington State. It's actually like a national thing. Washington has one and Oregon has one. Idaho has one as well.
Okay.
And they compete for a semifinal event, and then if they win that or qualify, they go to the finals, which is in I think Texas it was last year. And then from there you just win like a bunch of prizes and a lot of opportunities that can be had there.
Hmm. All right. And what was
Mm.
AOI?
AOI is Angler of the Year. So every club and league has like their own standings. And if you're a member and you go to these tournaments and you finish in like first place, you'll get points. Usually first place is 100 and second will be 99 points, third will be 98 and so forth. And there's so many events. Like this TBF actually has 10 events throughout the year.
Oh, all right.
So the person with the most points. And then there's other rules and stipulations too. Like sometimes if there's 7 events, they won't count a sixth one. One of them won't count. They only count 6 of the 7. And like give your lowest score won't count or things like that. The TBS are like they're pretty big events. Like they face Oregon in the semifinals every year,
Oh,
which would be this year down in a little bit past Tri Cities. It'll be in Oregon though. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
uh, I'm not. I'm not a geographer.
I'm not a geographer. I've never even seen a map. I got GPS.
That's right. I only printed out the instructions on MapQuest, never the
Oh my
picture.
god, dude. That was so bad, MapQuest, dude.
Just dating myself.
Oh, dude, MapQuest. That was so terrible. And then not even printing it off and writing it down and then forgetting a step in the middle. He's like, oh, I'll figure out when I get there.
I did appreciate that if you put to drive to Hawaii, they would tell you to kayak through the ocean.
At least they gave you an option. Now I just tell you to start running. Just run underwater, dude. It's cool.
It's fine. The aliens will save you.
Aliens. Dude, did you see that this morning? There's like a big Senate
It's
hearing
been
about
going on
aliens.
for like a week now.
Oh, I saw it this morning on YouTube. I was like, no way, man. What are we doing? Now we're going to talk about aliens? I ain't got time for that. Go back to these team standings. Then Alex Engelhardt and Colton Haig are in second place with 187 points. And Rich Kraft and Joe Andronia is in third place with 100.442. What am I talking about? Fourth place is Sam Porter and Tabor Wilmot. And then fifth place is Adam Gablehouse and Joel Alinen. Sorry if I messed your names up, dude. It's not my fault, man. It's Common Core education. I didn't do it.
so so that's a team. Okay, so that's a
Those
team.
are teams.
Okay. I was like, why is it two people? How can you be angler of the year if you're two guys?
That'd be
Okay,
like
I
team of the
got it.
year. So they
Got
got team, and then the individual standings. You got Rich Kraft in first, last year's winner of the AOI. He's at 200 points, and then Sam Porter's in second with 197, just 3 points behind him. And then Cody McKenna's in third with 190 points. Alex Englehart's in fourth, and David Slater is in fifth, around the top 5. So it looks like the individual boaters themselves also have their own AOI, and so do the teams. Because Cody McKenna was mentioned and Rich Kraft, and they were both in the team event as well, on different teams.
Okay.
So that's how that works. And there's the co-angler AOI. Then the co-angler AOI, that's not obviously not the boater, the guy on the boat,
Right.
the other guy. Even if they're on a team, he's still
The
considered
guy that
joint.
just throw over where the crocodiles are hanging out.
Like, catch one of the. Oh, dude, that would ruin someone's day for sure. If a co-angler pulled an alligator onto my boat, they'd be having problems, dude.
If you're gonna be catching that, you can get off my boat.
Go home with that. Especially out here. You catch an alligator in the Northwest, we're gonna have
Something
major
went
problems.
wrong.
Like, MapQuest, dude. MapQuest did us dirty if we end up
Like
catching an
Lake
alligator.
Placid vibes.
Jeez, dude. And then for the individual co-anglers, they need at least 2 events to qualify for the NSF. And in first place is Adrian Jimenez, 190 points. He did well last year as an individual as well. And then Colton Haig, 187 points in second place. Joe Andronia with 100 points. He sits in third. Tabor Wilmot is in fourth with 99. And Joel, that name I can't pronounce again, Elninen. That's too many eyes, dude. It's like Val or something.
I can't even see it, so
I know.
I can't even try to help you.
Joel Elninen is in fifth place with 99 points. Crazy, tied up. That's the Washington State Bass Federation, dude. Not a bad time at all. I can't believe they're already into it.
And it's just started. Oh, it
In
looks like
October,
okay. Wow.
so 2 events happen the same weekend. So what it is, the Bass Federation works is there's 9 clubs basically in Washington State. They're local clubs. You got like Spokane, Puyallup has one, and they're just broken down. And then the Bass Federation just kind of piggybacks off like these guys. Like they'll do the events with them, but as long as you're a member of the Bass Federation, you'll gain points for their AOI. And the
Okay.
clubs, if you're a member of the club, you'll get points for their AOI if they have one.
Yeah.
So it's a Bass Federation. So yeah, they had 2 events the same weekend. Some of them are individual and some are team. I think these last 2 were team. And then the next one coming up in they start in January. Like, dude, that is just insane to me. I don't catch very many fish in January, even when I did fish a lot. But they'll do it. And I think Cody McKenna and Adrian Jimenez, they placed in the top 3 at least, and they might have won it. I can't remember off the top of my head. They're hammers though. They win. It's what they do.
I mean, I bought a fishing kayak and I ended up just sitting in the middle of a lake.
Just sitting there.
Well, I cast,
Oh, you
I
did go
row.
fishing.
Yeah, I go fishing in it. I just don't catch
Dude,
anything. Not a fish has been in this thing, and I've had it for 2 years.
you need help, dude.
I do need a lot of help.
2 years. What kind of kayak did you get? You
I
paddling still?
well, I had one of the Lifetimes. I like Lifetime. I think they're like reliable and affordable. And then a couple years ago, I found one for like $350, and it had the better like raised seat, so it like
Oh,
comes
yeah.
off and on, so it's like it doesn't kill my tailbone after sitting for like I've sat out there for 4 hours in it, and I'm like, this is nice. And if I just want to take a nap, I just like let go of the cords and I just lay down. Let me know if my rod does something. I start hitting rocks. I'm like, oh, I'm in a river.
You're already
My bad.
you're ready, man. You're already ready for tournament fishing. That's what it is in a nutshell. There are people that nap, dude. I'm not gonna call him out, but I know what he's doing.
See that guy?
He'll probably tell you he's doing it too.
Oh, I have no problem admitting I'm napping. Once you hit 40, though, it's a thing.
Right, dude. I'm not a bad napper. I just wake up more angry than I was when I went to sleep.
My problem is I don't tell people no because I like to go out and do stuff. So I'll be up for like 30 hours and they'll be like, "You want to go do this?" And I'll be sure, and I'll sit there.
That's how he got here. You want to do this?
Yeah, what's up? All right, let me know when it starts.
And in other news, the Army Corps of Engineers is facing some tough criticism over their decision to remove the causeway that was used to access a popular recreation area in the Tri-City areas known as Bateman Island. Kind of a wild deal here. They say they're doing it for the salmon, fresh up some water so the salmon can run on the backside of the island to get up the Yakima River. It's kind of a crazy thing. People use this all the time, dude. You said you read about this, right,
I
Daryl?
did. Yeah, I did actually read about this, and it just seems ridiculous to me. Like, I mean, I've driven around in Washington enough that they are not opposed to making tollways. So why not just, if they're gonna rip it out, fine, but put a bridge there, charge people $3. I don't. They'll pay it if they
Right.
like it. They'll pay it, so everyone wins. Like, just put a day pass situation on it. Like, I go to plenty of national parks just for just play disc golf or go fishing, and I have to pay a day pass to go there. So it's the same thing.
True. You would think too, like for $13.2 million, they should be able to find a way to like still give access to people to the island and still make a pathway for these salmon and steelhead.
Right, and if you're just gonna like walk across, then they just had to put one of the floating docks out there that goes all the way across. That doesn't affect anything, lets water still go through.
Right.
Like you
I
run a bicycle across, like
think it's insulting to the salmon and steelheads to like assume that they just can't get around this island and go up the Yakima River.
they just get there and like, well, I don't know, and like, they just roll over and die.
That looks like a wall.
I give up.
Man, we just went through 7 dams. I'm certainly not going to get around this island.
You know, I ask people that go there frequently if they see the fish trying to jump over the causeway.
Like I've had just some culverts or something. I like this Scott guy that they interviewed said kind of the same thing. Some kind, yes, this makes it some kind of culvert or something so they can still have access to it. Like
Yeah,
it's losing. People do use it quite a bit.
well, yeah. I mean, there was in Estacada when we used to go fishing. Well, I mean, I sat in the water, but we'd go out through. We'd go down and park down there, and we'd go through the culvert to get out
Yeah,
to the big lake.
I can't
It's
remember
like,
the name of that spot still.
I want to say it's not promontory, but it's close.
It's close to there. Yeah, it's a little boat launch down there. I wonder if that's still down there. I haven't been there in years.
It is
Still have a
still
rock in there.
there.
That was a good fishing spot.
It was a pretty good spot. I never
Good
caught
fish
anything,
spot.
but you did.
We did.
I remember going.
Another one. Just kidding. I can see them like trying to shut it down because of the homeless problem or the transit. Whatever the politically correct term for don't have a home is.
Well,
Is
I think we can say homeless now.
okay. Like they did set that island on fire back in December. It was a pretty big fire. And there's two parks that lead up to the Bateman Island Causeway. And apparently they're full of vandalism and crime and drugs as well. So I don't know. Part of me thinks that they're just closing it down to get rid of that problem because they just can't admit that we have this problem. They'd rather just blame the salmon and steelhead or the fishermen or
All right, but I
but
mean, my problem with that is it's just going to move the problem to a populated area.
right. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I don't know. Getting that's a good access point too for bankfish. We have a lot of bank access on the Columbia, but not for bass. Like it's just a really well known bass spot. It's also known for ticks too. So
Oh, yeah, you
like,
know me. I love ticks.
yeah, they're great, dude. I definitely look forward to their touching me every day. I could go tick.
As much as I wandered through the woods, I've never had a tick.
Oh, I've gotten one. The dog gets them all the time.
Ugh.
I've thought about burning her hair. Just make her hairless.
Like, you'll be okay. I'll put you out in 1 second.
Especially from that park, actually.
Oh, I bet.
The Bateman Park. But I don't know. You read a lot of comments and stuff, and people aren't really they don't really believe that the salmon and steelhead are gonna get saved this way, especially like considering that they believe that there's a real seal problem down at the fish ladders over on the coast. Just they're just like buffet eating salmon all day is what the comments are saying. And for those people, dude, somebody's listening, man. I mean, this was just reported the other day that with the Washington bird flu outbreak spreads to seals. So, like,
So
politicians might not be able to figure out, but somebody's listening and doing something. Maybe
does that mean the seals are eating birds?
I don't know how it spreads. I'm not a scientist. We can't really have a say in that stuff. Right? I don't know. They probably do. Why wouldn't I would eat birds, dude? If I was a seal,
Right?
I
If I could catch it,
I would eat seagulls, dude.
call that a delicacy. Look what I caught. Arr, arr, arr.
Try and lure eagles down, man. Just swallow a whole. They're a big bird. That'll feed you. You got to get tired of eating seafood every day.
Right. It's like, oh, look, a buzzard. Play dead. In other news, they just released the Oregon Bass Federation 2025 schedule. March 29th looks like 10 Mile Lake. March 30th is Silk Coos Lake. June 21st, 10 Mile Lake. June 22nd, Silk Coos Lake. That's for the coastal circuit. River circuit is April 26th and 7th at the Hood River. May 17th is Boardman. May 18th is Celilo. Open events, we have April 5th, Procure Open at Silk Coos Lake. August 16th, Oregon Open at Celilo. October 25th, Discount Tackle Big Bass Bash. That's a
Ooh,
mouthful. Boardman. That's at Boardman. The Bass Federation National Semifinals, September 24th through the 28th at Boardman, Oregon.
yes, sir. You know what an open event is? You ever heard of that?
I, I I would assume that it's just open to anyone that wants to fish and wants to pay to fish.
Yep.
Like,
There's just no membership. Exactly what you just said. You don't have to be a membership. It's one-off tournament. Usually good prizes and stuff. Especially that big bass blast is a bash.
I was
Big
hoping
bass
that was
bash.
it because I mean, like most sports have that. Like, I do some open bowling tournaments every now and then. It's just
You win?
anyone.
You ever win
Uh,
a tournament?
no,
Still working
but
on it?
I haven't. I haven't done one since I've actually increased my average to over 200. So
Jeez. Those are real numbers. I haven't even broke 100. When I break 100, that's a record. I think 97 is my. I hate bowling's not my thing.
I don't. You never wanted to go bowling with me. Every time you go bowling with it, I ain't bowling. This is stupid.
The
And that was
nachos are
back when I
good
had a
though.
150 average, and you're like, "This sucks. I'm going
Yeah.
home."
Taking my ball. I don't even have a ball.
Stealing these shoes. Don't steal the shoes. They're gross.
Take the shoes. The Oregon Bass Federation's neat. I like how they break it down from coastal to river events.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. Coastal. You ever been to Silkus 10 Mile?
it's possible. It's very possible. I lived in Oregon my whole life. I always go to the ocean. I've been up and down the coast. I've been to several lakes, several rivers. I don't remember most of them, at least name wise.
Makes sense. I was also listening to the Oregon Bass Federation's live podcast. They did not podcast viewership. They're going over to what's going to happen in 2025, and I guess they have like a college or a high school fishing program thing that they're looking for sponsors for. But there's kids that are getting like scholarships because of their fishing
Wow,
opportunities they've been making around here. Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat to hear. I should
that
have
is
listened
kind of
better, but
neat.
we'll do a full story about that eventually too, because that's cool.
Yeah,
Go to school for fishing. Shit.
right. You do your homework? Yeah.
I got another. I got another. Where we at? And then in 2024, Ronnie Wiseman, he won the Oregon State Bass Federation champion as a boater, and Steve Gosnell was the co-angler state champion for Oregon last year. It's quite impressive stuff too. I'll have to look back one day, not today, but not today. Another news coming from Texas, yeah, man, going outside the Northwest just a little bit here. But the Native Watercraft Big Bass Power Hour went on this week, last weekend. It's kind of interesting, man. So I guess I got a question for you, Daryl. If
Yeah.
you had to choose, if you had to like go to this no limit tournament, meaning that like, there's so at the end of the day, there's no limit. As long as you catch fish over 14 inches, every one of them counts towards your total. Or You can catch the biggest fish per hour and get a possible $1,000 plus some prizes. What strategy would you take? Would you try and catch the biggest fish, or are you going to go for that total limit?
Uh, me, I think I would try to go for the total limit. That's me. Like if I can bag 33 tiny fish, that's fine. Usually, got to rely on me to catch a big fish. You're not getting it.
No, I agree. I think I would take the same strategy. I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky, catch the big one while I'm trying to catch my limit or something. I
Yeah,
don't
and
think
I
I
think
would
that would
chase
give you the
big ones
best
though.
chance of doing it if you're just going for quantity. Like,
Or you could do what Jorge Rosas of Texas did, man. He had himself a day. He won hour 3 and hour 4 in the Big Bass Power Hour, and he would finish in third place overall for the final totals. And he would take home $3,200 and a $500 gift card, $500 in gift cards, 250 from Boggs and 250 from Crush the City. That guy figured it out, huh?
yeah, that's a good payday for fishing.
Dude, that's why. Right. 2 hours in a row.
I don't know, so many people that get yelled at for fishing too much. It's like, just go do that.
Right? They have them too. These native events have came out to the Northwest. They come in Columbia River usually. And there's rumor they're coming back for 2025 as well.
Huh?
Pretty hard rumor, I would say. It's pretty set in stone, but it's a rumor. It's just a
It's a rumor, but it's happening.
it's a rumor, but it's happening. Count on it. And then Brad Case would travel from Mississippi and he would catch 9 fish for a total of 143 and 3/4 inches. That would put him in second place overall, and he won $1,600. And those that don't know, man, Brad is an absolute hammer and has stats to back it up. 372 tournaments on the Tourney X board, 33 wins, and 181 top 10 finishes. That's insane. His largest bass on Tourney X was 27 inches. That's a giant, like an absolute giant.
I didn't even know bass get that big.
That's giant. Like our record was beat this year at the KFNW, and it was 23 and a half. It's like 27 is just monsters.
That
That's
that
just
is
monsters.
huge. I think the salmon I caught was 35, and I was really happy with that. But that's a salmon. The bass is this. That's a large
27
bass.
inches. Dude, it's huge. I'll show a picture of it on the video. I don't have it here. I probably should though. I don't know what I'm thinking, but it is what it is, man. But shout out to him, dude. That's what a career he's had. I mean, a total of 25,000 inches, 1,465 fish verified. Dude, that's insane.
What?
Yeah, that's a long time. I think I fished for his 2 seasons, and my total was only like 1,100. Like 1,200.
I've off and on fished for 40 years, and my total is 8.
It's almost a first down, dude. No, it's not even close to a first. You're not even a foot.
No, I'm at 8 total fish inches.
Oh,
I don't know, maybe 3 feet,
we gotta
4.
fix that, dude. You're gonna have to go buy a boat, and then we're gonna have to get on this team tournament thing.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. They're what, $20?
Yeah, yeah, 20 bucks. 20 bucks to even look at the paperwork. No, you can't
I'm
look
gonna
at that
walk in
boat.
there. You're just gonna see me like get out of here. Sorry.
I heard you only caught 8 fish, bro.
Yeah, the boat will help, right?
Yeah,
Come
the
on.
boat will help. I had a boat. This was the worst move I ever made. I never caught a fish off of it. It's like
Sometimes I
being a
have to walk
chauffeur.
to the fish, and I'm just not doing that.
Good. Get some waiters. Not now, though. It's fall. We're supposed to get these big storms. Did you hear about that?
Uh-uh.
It's like I don't even know what to call it. They made up a new term. Like some big things coming off the west coast, like 70-mile-an-hour winds and a whole lot of rain, snow in the mountains.
Well, like a monsoon
No,
ish.
they didn't use that word. It was like some power something. Some rain, river, rain, river stream. I don't know. I'm
I
not a meteorologist.
I'm gonna Google that.
You should. It's crazy the weather that's coming in here. Crazy for sure. And then Jeremy Baker from Texas would catch 12 fish for a total of 181 inches, and that would be what he needs to take home the first place prize of $3,000. What a day, man.
What?
You also get a 250 gift card from Dakota Lithium Battery and 125 from RoboHawk.
So much.
Right?
Fish. I know so many people that just fish for fun. It's like, do you know you're missing out on a lot of money?
This is what happens when people fish for fun and they get word, dude. That's why we're here, to spread the word and get the money.
Tell people.
Don't tell people. Tell nobody. I want this to myself.
Nope.
That
I'm going to learn to fish. I'm going to win this all. That's how it works, right?
is how it works. And then Christian Lesso from Mississippi won hour number one. His only bass that he caught, too, for the entire day. And it was the biggest bass of the tournament, 23 and a quarter inches. He caught it super early in the morning, too. Obviously, he got it in hour one, right?
Right.
That fish, that fish should be worth more than its weight in gold. Christian won $1,000 and a $500 Yak Attack gift card for winning that first hour. He also won a kayak for winning the biggest fish of the day.
For one
Brand new.
fish.
Yeah, dude, a Titan X kayak, which is like, I don't know. It's like, it's over 2 grand.
Yeah, I think I've
For a
seen those.
kayak. They're super nice.
Like, I may have a cheap kayak, but I look at the expensive ones sometimes. I go, that'd be nice, but no.
We're going to review those too. That's part of this gig.
Nice.
Yeah. And boats. I don't know anything about these new boats. I looked at the price the other day that showed up by Facebook. It was like $110,000. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Is that like a basic boat?
I don't even know. That's what I mean. I didn't look any further. We got to look into it, dude.
We should go do some test driving on those fishing sea-doo
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
These things are cool. I've seen that.
We'll
I
do
would
it
not
on the
run
water
that
review.
at
Your screen will be like you fishing, mine will be like, I'm looking for fish.
all. Oh, dude, bring extra poles, man. They slip out of hands and stuff. That's why you gotta have them RoboHawk leashes, dude. In other news, man, we got a pumpkin kayak story, dude. You ever go to a pumpkin patch to get the urge to carve a kayak?
I mean, almost every year, but I've never done it.
Between the catapulting and the carving, like, man, this could definitely be a boat.
I've always thought about it. Someone beat me to it. They
Yeah,
beat
his name's
5-year-old
Gary.
me.
Gary Gary Christensen did it, man. He paddled 45.67 miles along the Columbia River in Washington in a pumpkin that he
What?
named. Yeah, dude, he named it. Was it called Punky Loafins? Punky, Punky. Oh god, I can't read.
Punky Loafster.
Punky Loafster. There it is. Why did that show up just now?
It's
Crazy, dude.
46 miles. That's nuts.
It is nuts, dude. 26 hours, man.
That's a long time to be sitting in a pumpkin. I was going to say boat, but I was wrong. Pumpkin.
It's ridiculous. He's from Happy Valley, Oregon, of all things, too, man. Settled Guinness World Record, though. Pretty interesting stuff, dude. I don't know. Crazy. Just why? Never in my lifetime. But apparently this guy's done it before. He's been racing kayak pumpkins since like 2009, it says in the thing.
I mean, why not? No one else
Right.
is doing it.
I mean, I watch people chase cheese down a hill. Dude. Like, I would watch kayak pumpkin racing.
It's true, and I would also chase cheese down a hill.
Have you seen the
I
Power
love
Wheels one?
cheese. Yes, that looks
Oh,
like
it's so
fun too.
good. I would do that. I mean, with somebody else's Power Wheels, I ain't breaking my toys. Those things cost money, man. What a crazy dude, though. Pumpkin guy.
That's,
Pumpkin guy.
you just like 1 year just finally had one big enough. Like, I'm doing it.
Dude, that thing weighed over 1,000 pounds, too.
What?
I think he's been trying it for a while. They finally found the pumpkin that might actually work for it was huge. Yeah, it was a big pumpkin.
Yeah, and it looks like it was like tall and skinny enough, so he was able to cut it like. So it's not the bottom he's sitting on; he's sitting on the sidewall.
Yeah. What happens if you take on water, though, dude? Like, how waterproof is a pumpkin?
The
Clearly
outside,
enough.
very waterproof. The inside, not as much.
He could have created a cooler design, I think.
I mean, he should have painted it, like, put eyeballs on the front. It's a pumpkin, like, at least make the face on the front of it.
He said he put "It's real" on it, like people were gonna question it. I probably did. I don't know what I would think if I saw something like that, man. At least
Like,
carry a fishing pole, dude. You're like natural. Like you can't get any more natural than a floating pumpkin down the
I
water.
wouldn't even assume it's fake because what company is gonna, like, produce a machine to make this weird oblong one-off pumpkin-shaped shell? No one. No one's gonna do that. There's so much money. No.
Somewhere in the world right now, a light bulb's going off.
I could
Somebody,
do that.
that's what we're gonna do.
Tim, call Carol. We got an idea.
Just get a bunch of those like Halloween pumpkins, just glue them together. The plastic ones for the candy.
Right?
Dude, that might work though.
Seal it off, right? Yeah.
Put him
Yeah.
on his shoes and walk on water.
No.
Possibilities are endless, dude. Pumpkins. Pumpkins. We got one last story I thought was kind of crazy. It's actually hilarious. It's actually old, dude. It's from 2015, but it's new to me. So what's going on there? But this guy in Norway, dude, was pooping in golf holes, and he got away with it for over a decade. Like they couldn't catch the guy, dude. Like, isn't that the craziest thing?
Dude, I'd be so mad if I would. Then again, like the most angry I've been golfing was like I had to cut a shot from because I was behind a tree, so I had to cut it with a 5 iron to go under the branches, and I landed this far from the hole, and I was so angry. But if I had walked up there and seen like, oh, there's poop in this hole. Good job not going in, ball.
Right, dude.
This is a gimme, pick up my ball and leave.
How do you even get away with that for so long? They said they had cameras on him, spotlights. It didn't stop him. They even just like ride his bike.
He's just like squatting with the newspaper, waving at the guard. So we're almost done.
That's the craziest thing. I'd be mad, dude.
But like, why is he doing it? Like,
I don't know.
why?
He must
I
hate golf, dude.
I
He probably hates
understand.
golf.
I understand making a pumpkin a kayak more than I understand pooping in a golf hole.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I peed outside of an IHOP once and almost got charged with some crazy evil. I
I
don't
will
even remember what the
say, at
cop
least he
said.
wasn't like doing it in a sand trap and burying it, leaving landmines for everyone.
That would be way easier to clean, dude. How do you clean poop out of a golf hole?
I don't know. I'm assuming they just use their ball or their hole mover thing. They're just like, oh,
We'll just
I'm
cover it up and get
throwing
new hole.
that out. I'm not washing that.
They still don't. There's no story if he's even been caught. He still might be around, man.
That's
He's
what the
still,
story is. Oh, that's 2015. Okay,
yeah, this story's old.
still at
I just came
large.
across it.
That's nuts.
They clearly don't have Taco Bell in Norway. This guy, dude. How do you flush? I mean, you don't. How do you wash your hands? Flush here.
I mean, but that's the thing. If they're only finding poop in the hole and they're not finding paper, he's not wiping.
Although there's paper too.
Oh, there's paper too. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's paper trail even. They were
Well, at
talking
least
about.
he's wiping. So
Yeah, those green fees probably going up too, man.
I don't know.
He's got to pay for that.
Maybe it's Bigfoot.
It's big. That would be around here. Bigfoot did it. I don't know, man. I can tell you this: someone finds some poop around here, it's probably me. Seems like a good idea. No, don't go. No, I'm not. Nah, that's not real. Someone's gonna go poop in a golf hole, and I'm gonna get blamed for it.
Like it was. I saw this guy online. He said he did it.
Yeah, the internet told me to do it.
So someone in Florida. Like I'm not even in Florida. Why would I go there?
It's probably normal in Florida. The Florida man. That's
Probably. I wonder if
how you
that's
pay
where
your
it's from.
HOA dues.
Some Norwegian guy was tricked into going to Florida, and that's why he's doing it.
I learned this in the USA. It's fine. It's good for the grass. It'll make the green even harder. It's fine.
Well, like my daddy always said, see a hole, fill it. So, I didn't have anything else.
Yeah, take No, don't do that. That's how kids are made.
I just imagine that, like, that's literally what he thinks. He has no idea what golfing is. He has no idea what a golf course is. He's just like, well, I see a hole. I'm going to fill it.
That's terrible. I wonder what else he's pooping in. I bet it's not just golf courses, dude. Like a floor drain in any restaurant.
Right.
Good enough.
Ugh.
What would make somebody do that? I ain't doing that. Will not, cannot poop
Find out
in
that's why he's
public.
banned from 6 different mini golf places.
The windmill. Can you imagine pooping on a windmill? That would spread like wildfire.
Smearing it.
It'd be like the Sandlot, but with doo doo. I don't know if this is going in the video.
Who knows? That's up to you.
Man. Yeah, I think that's it though. We got to come back next week. Yeah, every week, right? It's a
Yeah.
weekly deal.
Yeah.
I'll have to find some news. Hey, if you find something too, let me know. We'll work. We'll do it. All right, man. So yeah, till next week, dude. I'm just gonna stop this recording real quick. We'll be back.